All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started. We're just going to kind of hammer through things right now. We've got team meeting February 9th, 2021. The normal things I want to go over today, of course, we're going to go through some house cleaning items. I want to share with you guys some cool things that we're going to be doing for family reunion for those who get the tickets. And we're doing some live things here. So we're going to share that with you, but I want to get through the kind of the house cleaning items first. So Sky, let's talk about Tech Tuesday. What do we got going on today?
So today we're going to be going over customizing your agent site and also customizing your KW consumer app so that all of your customers can see what you want them to see. You can do a lot of really cool things with the app, like different buyer's guides and stuff like that. So I'm going to show you how you can customize that, put in your own photos and everything, and get that up and running. So I'll put the link into the chat here, and if you want to join me, it'll be right after this meeting.
Awesome. Thank you, Sky. Oh, we got 4 people. We got 4 people we got to add. Hold on, guys. Admit all. Okay, so guys, here's what it comes down to with tech. Look, we live in, it's 2021, at least last time I checked. Technology and a digital space is just becoming more and more ingrained into our lives, into society. I think the last report I saw with National Home Buyers, the National Association of Realtors Profile Home Buyers and Sellers says that 97% of all buyers start their search for a home online. I also saw another report that like 98% of consumers, like people who are just going to buy anything, shoes, pants, car, they go to Google, they go online to search for that. So my point is, you guys all have the tools that you need to actually be successful and to have a digital strategy implemented that will generate you leads and nurture leads. Yes, it's confusing. Everything's confusing until it's not. But we're very fortunate that we have Sky here full time as our agent services coordinator and tech trainer. We're here to help you. We came up with tell them about that 66-point plan, Sky. Tell them what that does.
So we have like a 66-day challenge for command. Basically, you'll spend 3 to 5 minutes each day doing one task. And over the course of 66 days, you'll be able to utilize command completely. You'll know how to do everything, run your business all through command, nice and easy. And if you want to do more steps in one day, you can. It'll just shorten the 66 days. But overall, you can do it just one task a day. And in 66 days, you'll be a command master.
Who has 3 minutes a day? Anyone have 3 minutes a day? Tom, you don't have 3 minutes a day? Tom, you got 3 minutes a day. Everybody's got 3 minutes a day. Just don't brush your teeth. Guys, everybody has 3 minutes. If you put 3 minutes a day into it, and in 66 days, you're going to have a complete system up and running, and you're going to be light years ahead of the majority of the competition in not just in our marketplace, but in the real estate industry. I truly believe that. So take advantage of it. Let's get you dialed in. If you're a little bit confused on things, that's okay. Get with Sky. She'll bring some clarity to it, but let's work on getting those systems in place from a tech side of things. Anything else you want to add? Anyone else want to add anything on the digital thing? Going once? Going twice?
How come I can't get to the...
Sold. Okay. All right, we're going to go ahead and mute backgrounds. Okay. I want to talk to you guys I don't want to spend too much time on it, but I took this as a screenshot on the Keller Williams regional meeting yesterday, and it talks about the Telephone Consumer Protection Act and how it relates to us doing business. Some people do cold text messages. Some people don't, but some people do. And you need to understand that if in fact you are doing cold text messages or cold calls, there's some rules in here that you could get fined and get in trouble for. So I would not recommend that anyone does cold outreach as far as TCPA or as far as prospecting is concerned. The way I like to use text is more for reminders, more for engaging in conversations and such? Anyone else want to say anything about the TCPA? Dan, you have anything to say on TCPA?
No, just, I mean, I would say if you accidentally called somebody that is on this list, just be really, really polite. Like don't hang up on them, or, you know, even if they're upset or whatever it is, just be really polite, apologize, and exit the call. I mean, I've accidentally called people that were on this list before, and some people that are on it, they don't even know they're on it. So not every consumer knows that they're on the do not call list. So just be polite. And if they ask you for our do not call policy, we are obligated as an office to send that to them within 24 hours to get that over to them.
Yeah. So, and that, guys, again, that goes with text messages as well. So I'll just read this out and just kind of read the points, and then we'll move on. Don't forget about the Telephone Consumer Protection Act and the do not call list. There's a misconception in the field that business to business calls and texts are exempt from the TCPA, but the TCPA applies to calls to cell phones, even if the cell phone is used for business purposes. Point one, if you're calling or texting a wireless number and using any type of automated telephone dialing system, such as a dialer, Mojo, or artificial voice or pre-recorded message, voicemail drops, you need to comply with TCPA's consent requirements. If you're calling a number that and they were talking specifically about recruiting, but this would go in line hand in hand with what you guys are doing going after listings. If you're calling a number that the recruit uses as a residential number, make sure the number is not on the do not call list and that you don't use an artificial or pre-recorded message to reach them. And then have questions, contact your attorney. Of course, they're always going to say contact attorney. Nice thing is, you know, we got Mike Wooten, our in-house counsel, right down the hall. If you have any questions about this or any other legal things, you know, contact the attorney. But when in doubt, I learned this, my first job, I worked at McDonald's when I was 13. They have a rule. When in doubt, throw it out. So if you have a question whether or not you should call a number because you're worried about a TCPA, you probably shouldn't. And I can tell you, I have firsthand experience knowing other real estate agents that there are people who are listing their homes and expiring them just to bait them into violating the TCPA rule and filing lawsuits. And it could cost tens of thousands of dollars. And our Arizona Emissions does not cover something like that. That's all on you guys. So just kind of heads up. All right. So much for the doom and gloom. Let's move on to the next slide. Bear with me a second. I'm locked out. I want to tie into, let's go into just listed. So we have a ton of properties that we've just listed before I want to go into some of the events that we're doing with Family Reunion. And then I want to tie into what's going on in the market. Not necessarily in that order, but I want to get through these just listed first. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So just from last Wednesday, we have 7 new listings that came onto the market. Chances are all of them already have a dozen offers on them, but let's go over them. So Hannah Park listed this property right here in Lake Forest, 21196 Sierra Street in Lake Forest, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, $549,000. If you have any buyers that are looking for that, again, the key to being one of the benefits about being with our office is that you kind of have an inside scoop to the agent. So reach out to Hannah Park if you have a buyer that might be interested in that. We've got Michael Shahabi, 156 Firefly in Irvine, 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath, listed for, I think Michael's on here. Michael, do you want to say something about your listing?
Yes, good news. The offer was made yesterday and was accepted by the sellers. I was fortunate enough to be representing both sides, so buyers and sellers.
Oh, that's great. So you listed it within the last week and now you sold it and you double-sided it.
Correct.
And that's why listings is the name of the game, ladies and gentlemen. That's why right there. Because how many offers did you get on that, Michael?
Well, there was a potential offer for 810, and that was the starting point. But they changed their minds, and I had a backup offer. So I took that one, and it materialized yesterday evening.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, guys, look,
For
here's the
price.
great thing about being a listing agent in this market, and it can't go on forever. Nothing goes on forever. But with the low inventory, if you not even properly market a property, but modestly market a property, there's a very good chance that you're going to represent both buyer and seller on this transaction, because buyers are trying to go around buyer's agents just working with listing agents. They're not dumb. They know that, if we're being honest with ourselves, if you buyers want to work with the listing agents because they perceive that it gives them a competitive advantage to buying the house. And if we're being honest with each other, then it's right. Right, Benny? Yeah, see, Benny agrees. Let's go on to the next one. Fred said's not on here. So this is Carlotta Drive in Mission Viejo, 5-bedroom, 3-bath, $100 under $1 million. So $999,900. 5-bedroom, 3-bath. If you have anyone that wants to go into Mission Viejo, reach out to Fred said. We've got 4122 Esperanza Way in Oceanside. You know, when I was in the Marine Corps years ago, I went to Oceanside a lot. It's changed a lot since I've been in Oceanside. But if you have anyone that wants to go down to Oceanside, maybe they're stationed at Camp Pendleton. Here's a 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath, $575. Contact Catalina Riddell. We got Watermark Place condo, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, $599.9. Contact Yao Lee. Tony Bai listed. This looks amazing. That's a good looking house.
Yao sold the
Bedroom.
Westmark.
You have this one on the escrow side, Kelly?
Yes, Westmark, Yao's.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
81 Ray, Irvine, California, 4-bed, 3.5-bath, 1.86. So if you have anyone, reach out to Tony on that. And last but not least, I'm sure we'll have more next week. 1134 Armstrong Drive, Fullerton, California, up in Fullerton. So about 30 minutes from Irvine, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, $615,000. So guys, these are listings that just hit the market just from the time of our last team meeting. So things are moving fast. We're going to dive into the numbers here a little bit as we get deeper and deeper into the month of February. The accuracy of January numbers become more accurate. So I'm going to dive into that. But you know, if you're working with buyers, use the relationship. We are a listing. We're a strong listing office. Use the relationships if you have a buyer to the other agents and see if you can't put a deal together. I mean, I can't. I know Nancy, Andreas, and I have talked about this several times about how valuable relationships are in real estate. Tom, I'm sure that you'll agree with that as well. I don't think there's anyone in here that probably would disagree that relationships aren't important in real estate, but utilize it. Use it to your advantage. Okay, so I want to talk about family reunion. By raising hands, half of you guys have your cameras on, half of you don't, but by raising hands, who has a ticket to family reunion? Anyone? Okay, so family reunion is going to be awesome. And we're doing some awesome things here at the office. Now, here's the thing. Here's family. Traditionally, family reunion is you jump on a plane, you fly out to Texas, you drop several $1,000s on hotel, on dinners. You wait in line for several hours to get into some of the most popular breakout rooms, only to find out that they cut it off like right before you get in. So that's not going to happen this time because everything's going virtual. But we wanted to think about how can we create a in-person kind of experience for the agents who get family reunion tickets. Now, family reunion tickets are $129. They have a ton of content that's going to be available after the actual family reunion. So it's well worth the price of a ticket just to attend. But for here, we are going to do some in-person things. So we have it themed out. So for those of you that participate in Family Union, get a ticket, we want you to come in and, for lack of a better term, party a little bit with us. So on, okay, these dates are wrong right here, but these ones at the bottom are right. So Tuesday, we're having Taco Tuesday, tacos and beers. Okay, it's a mastermind that goes at 3:30 in the afternoon. That's right when Family Reunion ends. We're gonna be doing some things all day long. We're gonna convert the training room into an area. We're gonna have it up on the screen. We're gonna do all the general sessions. We're gonna take a vote on what breakout sessions we want to dive into. If you lose on the vote, go use your own computer and go into the computer room and watch the breakout session that you want to go into. But we're turning this into an event. Hey, Lindsay, show the tickets. Yeah. You have to say something so everyone can see.
Backwards. Is it backwards? It looks
No,
backwards.
it's not backwards.
Okay.
Looks great.
So right now we have about 30 that we know of, 30 people that have signed up for Family Union from the office. And we're going to be sending you these tickets. These tickets are coming into the office. Now you can still come into the office and use the copier and such, but this is an exclusive event to the agents who are going to participate in Family Union. So Tuesday is going to be Taco Tuesday. Wednesday is going to be Wine and Cheese Wednesday. Something's about marketing. It's in the name. We're going to have wine and cheese through our mastermind. And then Thursday, we're going to do burgers and beers. So the masterminds are going at 3:30 to, 3:30 to 4:30, about an hour. And we're going to decompress. We're going to debrief on what we all took away from the day's events, just in a mastermind scenario. Should be a good time. Now, our great people over at Keller Williams Irvine Escrow, what happened to Kelly? I think Kelly.
I'm here.
Oh, you want to tell them what we're going to do for the AM people?
Yes, Escrow will be providing Tuesday and Wednesday a continental breakfast. And then on Thursday, we're going to do a hot breakfast with pancakes and bacon. So please join us and celebrate.
Yep. Those days of me being young and working McDonald's are going to be coming in handy, because, we're going to be doing, pancakes, bacon, see if I can't get Del Chima to make some eggs Benedict.
I make the best omelets there are.
Oh, did you just volunteer to do omelets? Because that's going to be a
I
commitment.
would be glad to do it.
I was just talking to Kelly about doing scrambled eggs, and she's like, "Whoa, that's going to be." She's talking about bacon. She's talking about pancakes.
Be scrambled.
Going to be scrambled.
Okay.
All right. But anyways, guys, that's what we're doing. So here's the thing. Tickets right now, they're $129. If you go to just Google KW Family Reunion, we'll have the link into the link tree that you guys are all accessing. So I thought I had that. I must have forgotten to press save, but we had it configured, but now it's not live right there, but we'll have it on there. So we'll just link you out there to do it. But I want to share with you guys something. I got this. I looked at this because I had to get the link when I went to the site, and this thing popped up when I went to leave. And it says 3 days until the price increases. Now, I thought that the price wasn't going to go up any more than $129. But today, I got this 3 days until the price increases. So I don't know if the price is going to increase. I don't know how much it's going to increase to. But if you want to err on the side of caution, go get your ticket, sign up within the 3 days to lock into that $129 price, and come join us. It's going to be a good time. Anyone here like wine, cheese, tacos, burgers, beers?
I'm there.
We'll have burgers and chips for those people from England. Burgers and chips. All right, guys. So all fun aside, I wanted to talk to you guys about Family Union. I want to dive into the market real quick. So I want to kind of, if you have your video on, then that means that you want to partake in the conversation. But I want to talk to you guys about what's going on in the market. And, Tom, we haven't heard from you that often. I like your sweater. Looks like you got another nice sweater on today. What do you see going on in the market?
Well, as far as my sweater, I do have the other one that I had clean, and
Is that your closing sweater?
It's ready for Michael. I said I'd give it to him right off my back because he's so special. So anybody wants this one, it's yours. So
We're gonna auction that off. It's gonna be a silent auction for the sweater.
Yeah, we'll do that on Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday, silent auction for the sweater.
Actually, I still find that the market is still pretty robust out there. We put one in the escrow 1.3, and there were multiple offers even on that one. But we were very fortunate to be the selected client. I was representing the buyer, so we are in escrow, and that's going to be closing in a couple of weeks. Real fast one. That was one that we ended up having to do things like that, pull some strings out of our hat, and make us look real strong because, it was not a all cash buyer. So, but then I always tell my clients, and even on both sides, that a well qualified buyer with a down payment is still as good as a all cash, as long as they can perform and move forward. And you've got a sincere, motivated buyer on your side. And as we all know, we're seeing a lot of homes go into escrow, and we're still seeing a lot of homes coming back into escrow. So for one reason or another, they just weren't put into escrow properly. So with that said, I still see it's a very, very good market right now. Who knows how long it's going to be this way? I don't see it stopping unless we fall into the ocean, and I don't see that happening anytime soon.
We live in California. We could fall into the ocean. What's
So
that
it's
movie
good right
with,
now. The
with The
market,
Rock?
I say, get out there and just enjoy. And I know the competition is just one of those things that we have to deal with, but that's real estate. And hopefully those that are new in this industry will understand that and kind of rub elbows with those that have been in the industry a long time, like Dale Barr and myself and others. And that we're all here for you to help you along the way. So
Hey, who's been in the business longer, you or Dale?
let's see, Dale, how long?
I think Tom and Barbara, I started in 85.
All right,
When'd
I
you
was
start,
in
Tom?
82 and Barb was 79.
Yeah,
What?
these guys were big agents when I started. They still are.
You guys have forgotten more than most people have known.
Brett?
Yeah.
I always say, jokingly, I say, well, I know more than I use, but I'm just being facetious. But yes, thank you. It's always been a pleasure knowing and working with Dale. We go back a long way back to
Well, yeah,
the
80,
Hot
like
Air-
to the
yeah, Hot
80s.
Air Company.
To the 80s.
Yeah.
I wish I
Brett?
had pictures of that. Yeah, Dale.
Hey, I was having a problem with my microphone. I just wanted to tell you about a couple new listings if you have time.
Yeah.
Okay, we just listed a property on the park in Woodbridge, 4 bedroom, 3 bath, 12 Willowbrook. It'll be going on the multiple today. We sold number 8, which was a 5 bedroom for $1,625,000. This is only 200 square feet smaller. Beautiful location. I actually used to live in this house. This was my house back in the 90s. This guy bought it, did a beautiful job. He is actually retiring and moving to Prescott, Arizona. It's going to go very quickly, highly upgraded, one of a kind yard, 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, 3 car garage for $1,529,000. So
Wow.
it'll be going in the MLS today. And then at the end of the month, which gives a heads up to all our agents, we are going to be listing one. We had it on the market in November. We got multiple offers, but the seller couldn't move till June. So we decided to take it off because nobody would let him rent back. Now we're figuring we'll put it on March 1, take 30 days to sell, 60-day escrow, which gets into June. It's a 169 Falcon Ridge, beautiful home, and it's going to be about $1,050,000. Is it 3 bedrooms or 4, Nina?
It's 4.
It's 4 bedrooms, 2.5
See, he
baths.
sells so many houses, he forgets them.
I know it.
Nancy
know.
Andreessen does the same thing too. I asked her about a new listing she took on. She's like, oh my gosh, where is it? She couldn't
I
even
was
remember
in
what
this
city it was
house
in.
once, Brett. I was in this house once when I
Once
took
in
the
the
listing.
90s?
And it's a
Is it-
brand new structure. The track just got sold out in Trabuco. No, I'm sorry, Portola Springs. Portola
Wow.
Springs. So you've got about almost 3 weeks to find a buyer for it. And if you look up the council, you'll find it 169 Falcon Ridge. When we put it on, it's going to go very quickly because the builder has now sold out and they've sold the motorhomes. So the comps are much higher.
Here,
Thank you.
I'll share it on the screen. So let's see what that looks like. So 159 Falcon Ridge.
169? Was it one?
I think it's one. No, I don't think it's anywhere.
149? 169?
No, hang on. I
You
may
and
have the
Nancy
number wrong.
Andreessen.
Nina's
You guys sell
checking it
so
out.
many houses that they just all blur together.
They are. They all blurred together. But that's about the area. I just don't know if I've got the number right.
All right. Well, guys, if you
Anyway,
have any,
Will,
you know,
was it
alert,
139 Falcon Ridge?
139.
139 Falcon Ridge. There it is. Thank you,
well, it's a
Brad.
good thing I didn't go to 169 Falcon Ridge. That would have been awkward.
139 Falcon Ridge. You had it there on Zillow, just a little lower down.
Final answer?
139.
Oh,
Sorry about that, guys.
did you
As I
say it was the model? Did you say it
Same
was the
as
model?
Yeah, should be in there
Yeah,
somewhere.
guys.
I saw you.
Yeah, it's on.
There it is.
Staring at-
There it is.
There it is.
So,
See,
we had
guys,
multiple-
this is the day and age that we live in when it comes to digital. You just Google it and things come up. Now, granted, this is Redfin, but
So there it is. Going to be around
Yeah.
$1,050,000. Thank you, Brett.
okay, guys. So if you have anyone in Portola, reach out to Dale. I mean, keep it in house. Use your relationships. Okay. Anyone else have anything they want to share in regards to their listings? Anything before I kind of move into the market? And then I want to talk a little bit to our vendors about what they're seeing. All right. So I actually took the time to go through and do a side-by-side comparison because I'm all about delivering value to you guys in a very digestible format. So here's where we're at. Orange County, new listings. Now this is accurate as of like 30 minutes before this meeting started because that's when I went on to InfoSparks. New listings in Orange County, down 9.1%. Now this is for last month, right? So as we get deeper into February, these numbers are going to start, you're not going to see as many drastic changes because InfoSparks ties into the MLS and the MLS updates their stats dynamically. So as of right now, new listings for January, down 9.1% in Orange County, up 9% in Irvine. Woohoo! So we actually have some inventory coming on. Active listings in Orange County are down 19%. Active listings in Irvine down 15.7%. Pending sales countywide down 30%. Irvine-wide down 15%. However, closed sales on Orange County is up 24%, up 16.5% in Irvine. So I found these numbers very interesting. In Orange County, the median sales price increased almost 7% to $790, whereas the median sales price in Irvine is up 10.5% to $900,000. Like 6 months ago, when I looked at the median sales price in Irvine, it was like $750. So that's kind of where you see that number had jumped. And this is a year over year basis, right? So this compares January of this year to January of last year. The average sales price is just over $1 million in Orange County and up 2%. And then the average sales price in Irvine is almost up 5% in almost $1.05 million. What does that tell you guys? Who wants to, now that I shared those numbers with you guys while I pull up the InfoSparks thing, because I want to see what the monthly supply is. What does that tell you guys? Anyone want to share? Anyone? Nancy, let's call on you. You want to share what your take is? You got to unmute yourself though.
kind of covered up.
There
There
you
we
are.
go. Well, Irvine is faring better than Orange County, so I got to quit beating my head up against a wall in Fountain Valley and move over to Irvine, right?
Okay.
Silly me.
Does the Fountain Valley numbers look a lot like more in alignment with Orange County?
Oh, Fountain Valley numbers are horrible. There's like, we keep fluctuating between 4 and 5 homes for sale, the whole city. So yeah. But yeah, I like the, it's pretty much in line with up 7% our prices in Orange County. And I mean, I will just regurgitate, but the pending sales is where we're at right now, -30 and -15. So
Yeah, so that means in the next 30, 45 days, that's going to reflect into our
Yeah.
closed numbers.
in the solds, yeah.
So, yeah, so that's going
So-
to be interesting. Tom, what do you see in these? As far as you're seeing how you've been, you got into the business when Back to the Future actually hit the theaters. What do you think about these Irvine numbers?
I would say that saying that there was an opportunity, there's always an opportunity. You just got to find them. And that's what we are here for our clients. And also that the market is still strong. And I anticipate as those properties come on the market, we'll be going into the green.
On the closed sales or the markets?
Both.
Both?
I don't anticipate any changes, and I would say that we, just know that the competition is going to get more fierce, and just be ready for it. Also, be ready for the change. It can get really ugly when it's the buyer's market. I don't see that happening anytime soon, but I'll be honest with you. In my past experience, I have seen it change on a dime. So, but then there has, I don't anticipate anything like that happening. One that would be a death knell, of course, is the interest rate jump up dramatically, but I don't even see, even if it went up a percentage point, I don't see that should not even make a difference. But anytime something like that would happen, there's just going to be other opportunities. There's going to be the buyers ready for it with even with the prices the way they are, with interest rates the way they are. We've already talked about it, beat it around the bush. I would get and this property that I just put into escrow. She said, I realized I should have listened to you. I should have bought last year, and I waited, and so they said I'm in. So they could have bought the home a lot, well, I shouldn't say a lot less, but lower than where they bought it today.
No, according to these numbers, yeah. I mean, they could have bought last year. They could have bought for 11% yet less
Yeah, definitely.
in January. So yeah, I'm with you. Dan, you have any thoughts?
I think the thing that we're not feeling in Irvine right now is 8.9% increase in new listings. So that's the number that I'm most surprised of, being this early in the season.
I should probably have that as a green. I overlooked that.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that's the one I'm most surprised. All those people that were waiting last year and waiting on the fence. These are the months where, end of February usually is where you start seeing the biggest uptick in new listing inventory into March. So that's happening a little earlier this year.
Yeah. So guys, who can tell me why it's important that we go over these numbers? Anyone want to share their wisdom on why it's important for us to know these numbers?
Because it helps us educate our clients.
Boom. You must have been in the business for like 85.
Guys, knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power.
And
so guys, let's think about this. No, go ahead, Dale. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I was just going to say, knowing what's going on out there helps you prepare for it. And then you can help your clients accordingly. It's kind of like what Tom said. Tom educated his clients. They don't always listen.
Mm-hmm.
But it builds credibility with Tom that he knew what was going on. This will help build credibility with you. I say that 90% of my clients listen to me 90% of the time. They don't always listen to us, but if we give them the facts, then they'll come back and they'll remember this guy really knew his business. If we learn these facts, we go to our clients and say, look, this is what's going on. It helps them make a better decision.
Yeah. If I may piggyback on that, on another aspect when it comes to qualifying your clients, okay? Because one, when we go and meet with a client, buyers or sellers, we figure, well, they're qualifying us. Well, really when it comes down to, we have to be qualifying our clients as well, because our time is very, very valuable. And if you have a client that is thinking, I just had a call this morning on one of our listings, and they wanted to come in and say, well, the professional says, yeah, I'll be honest with you, they're bottom fishers. And so I asked, and I said, well, with all due respect, if you probably ask your client, how did they arrive at that price? Because the one thing that you don't want to be doing is beating your head against the wall, wasting a lot of your time. Okay, so just be careful of that. Your time is valuable, and you're not an Uber driver. Hopefully you're, I'm facetious, but
No, Uber drivers get paid.
Yeah, good point.
I mean, plus you can use the numbers that are actually going to help you move forward getting your listing, right? So if I see, hey, new listings are up 8.9% in Irvine, that's competition, right? That's competition for my home sellers. So I might say, hey, listen, we could possibly see more inventory come to the market. So you can be the house that everybody substitutes, or you could be the house that they write offers on, but now's the time to do it because we're getting into that heat of the market. So you can use them to strip emotion from conversations.
Yeah. Hey guys, has anyone gotten the objection in the last 3, 4, 5, 6 months that I want to wait until spring to list my home? Anyone ever get that one? Just Nancy? Nancy's the only one. So let's think about that. What happens if we see an increase in Irvine of 8.9% in January, when all these people who are waiting off to come on spring, let's say even half of them actually come on board in spring? What happens to that number? And if that number goes drastically up, what happens to these numbers typically? It's like a teeter-totter, right? Supply and demand. So when you get those objections from agents that I want to wait until spring, you really have to know these numbers. The reason why I see these numbers is it's important to be able to educate your client so they can make a sound decision.
Well, I have been confused during this, and now I get it. You kept talking about the inventory increasing here. Well, it's in red. That's negative.
I know. Gosh,
that is so
I'm
funny.
gonna fix
I
that
kept
now.
thinking that. Well, now I'm really shooting myself in the foot.
Okay, stay tuned.
You don't have to change it now, but now it's really apparent to me.
See, it was, I meant to do that. It was meant to shock you. Yeah, Dale.
I was just going to say the two listings that I mentioned, both of them wanted to move in June. Wanted to put their homes on in June and move July, August. Well, what happens then is I might lose them to somebody else.
Yeah.
But what I said to them is, I don't know where the market is going to be in June. I know exactly where it is right now.
Yeah.
And it's a supply and demand issue. Both of them are listing now because they've already locked in the homes. One's moving to Prescott, Arizona. He's already locked in the house in Prescott, Arizona for long escrow. But I think we're going to get him a better price now than we are 3-4 months from now, simply because I think we all know a lot more inventory is going to come on.
And
So
we
how
don't
did
know,
you-
and we don't know what's going to happen with the interest rates.
Exactly. And then I used that one too, Michael. I did that as well. And I used the new administration. I say, hey, the new administration is coming in. They told you right up front they were going to raise taxes. Do you not think that they're going to raise interest rates? And they go, yeah, I think you are. They are. So that has helped push them to now.
So guys, here's the interesting thing. And there's always going to be difference of opinion on what's going to happen in the future. I think everyone can see what's happening 3 months, 6 months down the road with all this stimulus going. I personally think that the market's going to remain somewhat similar this next 6 months than it was the last 6 months. But there are some really, really, really smart people and experienced people who said that things are going to be awesome. And there are equally really, really, really smart people that say that it's not going to be awesome. And one of them is going to be wrong. But there's one thing that you can do right now that regardless of who's going to be right, of where you can focus your business on. Who can tell me what that is? I'm a broken record.
Listings.
Listings. Listings. You take the listing, you control the market. This market now more than ever proves that if you're a listing agent, you get more buyers, you get more deals, you get everything grows if you focus your attention on listings. And I got to tell you, people who focus their business, it's been pretty good the last decade, but with this low amount of inventory and having to show and write offers on 10 different houses, your time is really getting crunched on it. So regardless of what happens to the market, people are always going to need to sell their house. People are always going to want to buy a house, but the way that you winterize, for lack of a better term, winterize your business is focusing on listings. And that's why you guys have heard us, at least since, for the last 6-7 months, just driving home listing strategies, list. We're not going to try and talk you out of not going to get a buyer, but to Tom's point, you've got to pre-qualify that buyer. Because if you're not going to pre-qualify that buyer and you're just going to go out and just start showing look, I hate shopping. I hate shopping with my family. Last thing I want to do is jump into a car when there's like a 0% possibility of actually selling a house. So there's nothing worse than not having a buyer than having a buyer that's not going to buy something. And to Tom's point, if you're just going to drive around, filter people around, go work for Uber because they at least get paid for driving around. Went off on a little tangent on that. Mary Guac, are you still there? What's going on in your world? What are you seeing? You're mute. I see your lips moving, but I can't hear you.
All right. Hi, guys.
Hey, Mary Guac.
Hi.
Guac and roll.
What's that?
Guac and roll. Get it?
Guac and roll.
Guac
That's-
and roll.
that's your
That's
new
my
one.
new one. It's my new one today.
One of the most significant things that I think I'm seeing from what my clients are taking as listings is really the second, third move up homes, the higher end ones seem to be moving at a more rapid pace. I don't know if it's because people are making money in the stock market, so they're able to double down on what they're upgrading to. But at whatever marketplace, whether it's North Orange County, South Orange County, the higher end homes seem to be moving at a much faster rate than I can recall in any short-term past.
Well, when we look at those numbers, the higher end homes are very, very closely. The higher end home that was considered higher end 6-7 months ago is now a median priced home, right? So that's kind of crazy, but you're right. When inventory goes down, it'll be interesting to see how much actually inventory comes on. Yeah, it's interesting to see what comes on in the county level, but your most homeowners don't typically care about what's going on in, say, Long Beach if they want to sell their house in Irvine.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of depends on that. Jessica Baca, we haven't seen. How are you? What's going on in your world?
Hi
what are you
there.
seeing on the home warranty front? A lot of people getting ready for what air conditioning's breaking down?
Yep, absolutely. So it's good to be with you all. I actually got COVID. I was put out for a whole month. It really took me out, but I am back and I'm well and I'm healthy and I'm back in business. So
and immune for the next 90 days.
Absolutely. I got to schedule my antibodies test because I do want to donate my plasma. So that's on the to-do list for this week. But that being said, you on the topic of winterizing, you really, that struck a chord with me because we offer AC and pre-season tune-up. And right now claims are through the roof. We are being inundated, every month. Everybody's home, so they're constantly using their systems, right? Systems that they weren't using as much before. So when I say bleeding out claims, we really are. So we're doing our best to stay on top of it. We have agent specialists and claims department that help facilitate, between the customers, the consumer, and you all agents. But we offer AC pre-season heating and AC tune-up. So it's $25. It's optional item, and we send out a technician to help maintain those units. Like Brett, you mentioned winterizing, right? For lack of better words, we are able to winterize a unit so it's ready come summer. As you know, we don't really have a winter, but if people are in more rural areas in the AV area or beach cities, where it gets a little cooler, it's important to have that maintenance done twice a year. That way, when the clients go to use it, the system's not cracked, there's no leaking, coils aren't rusted out. So we're really staying on top of it. And
Good.
that's one thing in our contract everybody's been adding on. It's $25. So it's no harm, no foul. And as most of you know, we have service call guarantee. So in the event that it's outside the realm of what a home warranty covers, we will not charge your client a deductible, but just by sending a technician out.
Yeah. The interesting thing about everything in real estate, it's always cyclical. So I can know by talking to you or Rosie I could talk to you guys not for like 3 months and know that this time of year, everybody's doing their claims on air conditioning units.
Right.
Everyone. And come September, October, it switches. Now you guys are talking about furnaces. That's how it is.
Right.
So guys, we have about 5 minutes left. I gotta ending these things a little bit early. Does anybody have any questions, or do you want to share anything? Actually, Tom, it looks like Benny asked a question.
Yeah.
What tactics did you use to make your buyer stand out?
One always, and you probably already know that, is a
Your sweater?
constructed cover letter. So that's one, okay? And just really because a lot of times, these sellers, they're human beings as well. And if if the seller has been there a long time, they're definitely going to want to have somebody move into the home that obviously would have, I shouldn't say obviously, but perhaps a family, which this particular, my clients do. And if they had lived at this particular property for years, raising their own children, and see that they have an opportunity to sell this property to a family like theirs. So that's one. One also working with Benny and the others in Tina, faith that they have that pre-qual letter and that they are strong. And there's not going to be any issues whatsoever. Have all of the finances, all of the documentations that my client is as good as gold. And I don't care if I've got a 5% down client, and I know, and the other thing too is that this is really important. You've got to have the big M, on both sides.
Matsura?
The big M, motivation. So if I have motivation on my buyer's side and also on my seller's side, then we should not have a problem. One thing I don't want to get into an issue.
You got a Matsura on their side too.
I'm sorry?
And you have a Matsura on their side too.
I didn't get that.
You ruined it for me, Tom.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
I got it, Brett.
All right. Y'all got it. All right, I got it too. All right, so let's see. Now you threw me off there, Brett.
Oh, sorry, Tom.
That's all right. That's all right. So
one thing that you said there that I think that agents need to take away, and I always called the cover letter a love letter, because people, the longer they live in that home, that who they give their home that they raise their family into matters. And so if you pull on those emotional strings, that definitely, especially if you're getting a loan, because I disagree. I think cash is king, but emotion plays a part in who you sell to.
I understand about the cash part, but when it comes to the cash, then to me, and all of those that work with the investors like Dale will understand that this is that a lot of times it just comes down to the money. And I feel like I'm cash is king. And if they don't I drum to my tune and they don't go with what I want, then I'm out of here.
I like that.
Plenty of others. So I'm very, very careful about that sort of thing. And if I'm representing the seller, I'm going to know that buyer is willing to give their right arm or their firstborn child to have that property.
Or 20 grand more.
So that's going to be one. So I'm going to qualify, pre-qualify, and I'm going to ask questions. And because of the fact that we have been in this business a long time, we know the right questions to ask. And if I don't get the right answers to those questions, then I'm going to continue to probe or perhaps counsel my clients and say, this is what we have, and then see what we can do to solve any issues up front. Because we don't want to be scared. We don't want to be shocked at the end, as Kelly could tell us. When it comes down to I always tell my clients, if there's going to be an issue, we're coming right down to the goal and the finish line, and all of a sudden, all kinds of problems pop up.
Yeah,
we don't need that.
So one thing I thought about, Tom, right when you said that, is we're going to have a hard time getting things through compliance with your deal if you're doing a best in offer with a kid or an arm tied to it. So, Dan, you wanted to say something?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
I was gonna draw attention to that because Benny asked that question a while ago and stuff, but you
gotcha.
caught it. So
yeah. All right, guys. So I want to leave you guys with something sincerely. Let me share my screen. This is going to be a good time. Look, if you guys don't, like Jessica, you're like immune, so you can go do anything you want for like the next 90 days. You should have gone to the Super Bowl.
Right.
Guys, this is going to be a good time. We're putting a lot of time and effort into it. It's an incentive for you guys to really, for $129, it's well worth the training by itself. But if you're tired of sitting at home, like Jeff always, he's either in his car or he's sitting at home, and you want to come out, hang out, do a mastermind, have some beer and wine, maybe some food with that as well. Do some breakfast. Come on down. Like, get the ticket. Let's do it. Let's do this. We're probably going to think that they're probably going to have like maybe 30 some odd people might be around, well below the CDC's thing on the 25% capacity. So we're going to be safe. It's going to be fun. That's what I want to leave with you guys on that.
Brett, can I mention one other thing?
Sure.
Just over the years, I just wanted to let you know, Barbara and I, we were kind of like kind of weird about this, but people ask us now and then, do you ever go on vacations? And I'll tell you,
I don't go on vacations. We're in real estate, man.
You know what
our vacations.
You know what our vacations were? They were the conventions. They were any opportunities that we could go and learn from different professionals out there. Now, it doesn't matter where it was. If we went across the country, that was our vacation. And so I just want to let you know, yeah, we were kind of different in that respect, but that's who we were, and we stuck to it. And anyway, enjoyed it very much.
All right, guys, that's what we got for today. Thank you for coming in. I hope you guys are all well. Go and get that ticket, and we'll see you guys Taco Tuesday, Wine and Cheese Wednesday, and Burgers and Beers on Thursday.
Sounds
good, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.